What is the intersection of line AD and line DB? Yes, now you could just put D or you could write point D. Okay? All right, hope that didn't boggle your mind too much there. All right, we got a whole bunch of more words that you're going to have to know. So if you have a vocab list somewhere, you might want to just start adding them to them after the lesson today, so that before the test you just kind of scan the list and make sure you know what it all means. Go through the notes or whatever you do. All right, parallel lines, I'm assuming you know what that means already. Two lines that never what? Intersect. But they always are coplanar. So parallel lines are always coplanar. They can make a plane. All right, do you remember yesterday when I was showing you this? And we were talking about this line here, and I can't do it, but and this line here. Okay, they never intersect, do they? Those are called what? Skew lines. They're called skew lines, okay? They do not intersect, and they are not coplanar. Parallel planes, they're planes that do not what? Intersect. It'd be like two pieces of paper, one on top of the other. All right, these are some new words here. A transversal is a line that intersects two or more coplanar lines at different points. And I just put the page number here in case you wanted to look that up. But we're gonna talk about it in all of 4 of these definitions here. This is what I wanted you to highlight. Transversal. Highlight that word. Okay. Now, we're going to draw some pictures here and do a little bit of writing, so there's not a lot of room, but I want you to draw 2 kind of non-parallel lines. It doesn't really matter. It could be parallel, but for now I just want to do non-parallel. And then I want you to draw a line through it and highlight this line right here, because this line is the transversal. It meets the definition. It's a line that intersects 2 or more coplanar lines at different points. So that is a transversal right there. Now, we're actually talking about corresponding angles. This is a term that you would use when you're talking about 2 lines with a transversal. So I want you to just put a couple numbers here, 2 and 6. The value of the number is irrelevant. I'm just using those 2 numbers. It doesn't matter. Okay, 2 and 6. Those are corresponding angles. Why do you think they're called that?
180.
No? It's in relation to the transversal and the 2 lines. So they are angles. I know this is small and I'm sorry. Angles that are in the same position compared to the transversal and the 2 lines. So they're in the same position basically. So see how they're both on top of these 2 lines but on the right side of the transversal? They're both on top but on the right side. Get that? So I could actually say that you know, this angle right here and that angle is also corresponding. They're both on top, but on the left side of the transversal. Make sense? Okay. All right, so draw the same kind of lines here. 2 non-parallel lines for now. Tomorrow we're going to look at parallel. And another line that goes through them, and highlight it, because that is the transversal. And then I'm going to put number 4 and number 5. Again, the value of these numbers are irrelevant. It's just showing an angle, basically. So these are called alternate interior. What does alternate mean? Kind of opposite, right? And interior means what? And see, they're inside our two lines, aren't they? They're on the inner part of the two lines, but they're opposite the transversal sides. Get that? Okay, so I would say inside the lines, opposite, OPP period, opposite sides of the transversal. Opposite sides of the transversal. Alternate interior. Okay, let's draw another set here. We could make the transversal go this way. It doesn't really matter. Getting crazy. Okay, and let's use number 1 and number 8. Alternate exterior angles. Alternate means what? Opposite side. Okay, and exterior means what? So it's outside the two lines, but opposite the transversal sides. Okay, so I might say something like outside the lines and opposite OPP sides of the transversal. PP. Sorry. It's after lunch. Get a little goofy. Okay, we're going to do one more. So a couple of lines and a transversal. Highlight that transversal. Mostly just for a visual of exactly understanding where the transversal is. All right, let's talk about what do you think consecutive means?
In a row.
Yeah, in a row or next to, kind of. Interior means they're going to be on the inside. So let's say 3 and 5. So these are consecutive inside next to each other. Okay? So I would say something like inside. And sometimes you'll see them in a book called Same Side of the transversal. So inside, same side. So that's a bunch of terms that you're going to be working with for the next couple days and throughout the chapter. We'll be practicing, okay? So, identifying relationships in space. Think of each segment in the figure as part of a line. We have to clarify though, this is E. And this one is F, let's say. I think it's hard to see in the diagram. Okay, so as part of a line. So this is part of a line, this is a line, this is a line is what they're saying. Which line or plane appear to fit each description? So what line or lines are parallel to line ED? But they have to contain point C. So there's really only one. GC. There's only one. That's that one back here. That contains point C and it's parallel. So of course you're going to do the line with the arrows on top and write GC. Okay. Now lines that are skew to line ED. Let's go back and look at the definition. They do not intersect and they are not coplanar. And there are 4 of them, so give me one.
BA.
Okay, so here, if you say BA, BA is coplanar. Got to be careful.
AG.
So let's look. AG, yep, AG would be skew. Okay, line AG is one of them. Let's see, BC. BC is back here. Yes, it would be. It's skew. It's not going to intersect and it's not on the same plane. 2 more. Which one? CA. Well, we're not going to go that way. That probably would work. But there's two others that are part of the actual diagram. What? Mm-mm.
I was
BH. Oh, BH is one. I missed that one.
What about?
Oh, no, I just wrote it backwards. BH. Very good. Sorry, I missed that. And then there's one more. AF up here. You see it? Now, does anybody see any others that I missed? But I think that's it. I only have 4. Those are all skew. It's kind of a fun word. Skew. Skew. Okay. Lines perpendicular to line ED. Okay. HD is one of them. FE is perpendicular.
Would you do like that?
There's a couple more. What else do you see? CD. Did somebody say CD? And I see one more. GE or EG. Okay? All right, planes parallel. You write that down. What do you see? Find the parallel plane to ABH. You only needed, oh yeah, were you going to answer it?
Yeah.
What is it? Yeah, CDE. You only needed 3 of those letters. I just wrote all 4 because there were 4 there, so you only need 3. Okay? All right, so that's that part. Cool? Turn it over. We are not going to do these today. We're going to keep constructing. Tomorrow you'll construct, but today we're not going to. It's not enough time. All right. This is based off of these that we just did. So we're going to practice a little bit of that. Okay, corresponding angles. Identify all the pairs of angles of the given type. Corresponding. So start looking. There's 4 pairs of them. But I think maybe it'd be helpful if you want to. Where's the transversal in this picture?
Right.
It's the one line that goes through, right? That's the transversal. Okay? So the angles are based off of that location.
What's that number opposite of 5?
That's a 7. That's a 6.
No, I mean like that's right there. Okay.
That's a 6. Okay, so give me a pair of chord. It's a 6.
Are you sure?
Yep, it's all numbers. Okay. All right. Give me a pair of corresponding angles. 2 and 6, because they're in the same position in reference to the transversal. Okay, what else? Give me another pair. There's 4 pairs I'm looking for. Annie. 1 and 5. 4 and 8. And then one more. 3 and 7. You see it? 1 and 5, 4 and 8, 2 and 6, 3 and 7. Those are all corresponding angles. Okay. AIA, what does that stand for? Alternate interior. So opposite inside. So give me a pair of opposite alternate interior angles. Corey. I'm sorry, what? No, they have to be inside the 2 lines. So 4 and what? 4 and 6. And then what's the other pair? Eve. 3 and 5. That's it. Because those are the only 2 inside the 2 lines, okay? Alternate exterior, they have to be outside the 2 lines, but opposite sides of the transversal. Give me one, Katie.
2 and 8.
2 and 8, and what's the other one? 1 and 7. Consecutive interior, that means the same side inside the 2 lines. So give me one. 3 and 6, and what else? 4 and 5. You guys got it? Okay. Terminology. All right, there are a lot of linear pairs. They have to add up to what? And they share a array. Okay? So, linear pairs, we have right here 2 and 3, 6 and 7, I'm gonna go around here. Is 7 and 8 a linear pair?
Yes.
See where I'm going here? 8 and 5. What about these two? 5 and 6. 4 and 1. 1 and 2. And which one did I miss? 4 and 3. So there's a lot of them. Okay, let's see who remembers what vertical angles are. What do you think, Annie?
Aren't they angles that are like opposite each other? So they're like, would be like 2 and 4.
Right, 2 and 4. It's kind of like the word vertical has a V in it, right? That's how I remember it. Here's a V and here's a V, right? They're kind of like opposite V's. Okay? So 2 and 4, 1 and 3,
6 and 8.
6 and 8, 5 and 7. Cool?
I started talking about it.
That is it. Let me show you what you get to do.